All right, all right.
What's going on, everybody? What's power?
What's good? How y'all doing?
How y'all be?
I know the topic is a little hefty, to say the least. A phone going on.
That mug about rock the table.
I know it's angry. It's angry. It's too many notifications. But nah, man. We're gonna talk about fear today,
Yes, we are.
and I know some people might feel some type of way about that whole thing, or might feel a little bothered by it, but I think it's something that's worth talking about. Oh, as y'all notice, I'm gonna trim the beard down. I'm getting used to it.
You got to. You got to.
I know. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it because it hasn't been this low since heck last year.
I want to give a shout out real quick to all the people who went ahead and shopped at the Black in a Minute shop.
We got more stuff coming
between Juneteenth and the 4th of July. Shout out to y'all. Those of y'all who missed out, y'all missed out on a 50% off code and free shipping.
Ooh.
2. And we only do them ever so often.
Yep.
The next one will be coming, probably fall season before we get to the holidays, and then we'll probably run it up for the holidays for y'all.
Right. We should have some new merch by then too.
Yes. We'll have even more stuff. If you haven't been on the site in months, you are missing out. We added a lot of stuff for the summertime.
We're also going to be having like what I call quotable shirts. They'll be coming out soon. One of them is going to have my bro over here's, hey, the world is bugging the protest. Oh, snap. Ooh. What protest is that? Which one is it? Oh, is that the one for the Roe v. Wade? The protest that she's talking about?
I am not sure. First off, shout out to everybody that is tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share this with the world.
Yeah.
I'd imagine probably so. I haven't.
Okay.
Shoot, on this Sunday, I've been. Today was a work day for me.
Oh, well, I understand.
I haven't really been tuned in to what the actual news is today, at least.
Yeah.
But
I mean, all in all, man, the world is going like just nuts right now.
I was I was saying to my uncle the other day, I was just like, you know what? This is going to be an interesting time, all things considered, when we look back. Like, imagine this. Think about what we learned when we were in school and what was in the history books. Our kids are going to be learning about these times.
Yeah.
Because, of course, they're going to be learning about the olden times. But when it gets to modern age, how they're going to interpret what has been this millennial.
What we're currently doing is basically modern history.
Yeah. So it's like, it's probably, man, imagine when you're going to start doing history homework with your son or daughter.
Right.
And going over like what you know to be of today.
Right. And you're going to have some issues to tell them too. Like,
yeah, because you ain't going to be that old. Right. And it's going to be like, this is the dawn of the new millennium, new century.
Like,
so it's like, I just think about it like how I think about people born in the 1900s, right?
Yeah.
Talking to their kids born in the 1920s about the First World War.
Right.
In our case, we'll be talking about 9/11.
Right.
We'll be talking about the presidential elections. We'll be talking about Katrina, the stuff going on today, COVID, Roe v. Wade,
right.
Gun
a
rights.
Lot of things.
It'll be a lot of things, but it'll be interesting once that time period comes. Shout out to those of y'all who tuning in with us.
Yes, indeed. What's good? What's good?
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to really get it popping here in about another 5 minutes or so. Hopefully everybody's doing great this Sunday evening.
Because, man, life is rough. Oh, no. Kiara25 says the UK protests in China celebrating the Japan's former prime minister. Farmers are being threatened not to farm. Look at what happened before World War I. This is all the same. Key players keep being taken out. Oh yeah, when the former prime minister got assassinated.
Oh, I was just talking about that the other day. Yeah. So I didn't know they were protesting today, but you know what? That was part of. See, man, we're gonna have to run back our unpopular opinions,
Right.
conspiracy theories, and just other things that we want to get off
Yeesh.
episode. That's coming soon, y'all. That might be a
Yes.
Christmas in July type of thing, because we want to we gonna definitely have to chop it up this year, because we haven't did it this year, I don't think,
Right.
for just other topics,
I don't
just
think
like
so,
whatever's on
no.
people's mind type of. We're gonna have to run it up for that, because I got some thoughts about that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
What's up, Kiki?
how you doing, Kiki? I was just, when you said that about the farmers and stuff, it made me think about
Yeah.
Monsanto and everything. But man,
Dog, it's scary out here.
it's all I will say is this, we live in an interesting time.
Yeah.
And I think what we're really witnessing slowly but surely is a new revolution or even reconstruction era coming.
Yeah.
So what we about to see is either another form of American Revolution or American Reconstruction is about to take place.
Yeah.
There's about to be a whole restructuring like we've seen never before. And I just want to say, whatever you believe in or think,
Right.
however you identify, whatever the case may be, whatever makes you,
Right.
for whatever you feel is right and should be upheld in the United States, this is your time. This is your opportunity. In our community, we often hear people talk about organize this, organize that.
Yes.
It's about to get to a point where, depending on what you think about the world we live in and how things are ran and governed, you're going to actually have to organize.
Yeah.
So if you was one of those people out here talking about don't vote, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have to start voting, because more and more things are now becoming politicized to the point that these will be things on the docket that you will have to put the people in power that represent your morals and your values. I think that's another thing that makes this day and age so much more interesting.
Yeah.
People are really having to challenge
the status quo. Yeah.
Not only just the status quo, but who they think they are and what they think they believe.
Right.
We're seeing a great day and age where people are literally, how can I put it? I don't mean to be disrespectful for you spiritual folks out there, but I'm going to tell you this right now. We're coming into a day and age where you're going to have to really actually tap in and figure out who the hell you are and where you stand and what you think, because it's going to be some critical decisions that you're going to have to make, not just for you, but for your future children, if you have any.
Yes.
And really for the people that are around you that you love and care about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think, man, in so many ways, and this is once again why we brought up the subject of fear. Like, it was something that kind of kicked into me today, and I was like, why am I thinking about fear? Why am I thinking about fear? Like, this. At first, I was kind of questioning whether or not we had even, done it yet. But I was like, oh, yeah, I get it, because everything that has been done thus far, in some ways, you have to admit it's been a byproduct of fear. Like, case in point, and like this is something that happens sometimes at work with clients. I had a dude was like, you could tell he wasn't feeling well the whole visit, right? Like the whole entire 2 hours, he's getting up, going to the bathroom, going back, trying to keep his distance, everything. And he finally explained, he's like, oh yeah, man, I'm not feeling too well. I'm just not okay today. But I didn't want to not come because I was worried they might say something. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? It's like, if you're sick, you're sick. If anything, being around your kids when you're sick is just as dangerous and endangering and irresponsible to your kids as not being there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You're not winning no trophies for sitting here halfway dead, trying to make it through. Like, but that's what happens when you experience that type of fear. That type of fear that, oh, if I don't do this, it'll harm my progress. If I don't do this, it's going to hurt me. Like, and we have a lot of those same mentalities in the workplace, where it's like, you'll have dudes out there coughing, hacking, halfway dead. That's how a lot of things happen with COVID, especially in the factories, because it's like, dog, I ain't missing that money. Look, they're going to have to roll me out of here And there are some people who think that way, that they think you're going to have to roll me out of here if you really want me to really be like out here like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want me to leave. And the thing I would urge a lot of people, because I know a lot of us are in the working world right now, I would urge y'all, like, be considerate of yourself and your body and everything that has to do with you. Because in the end of the day, there's only one you. Yes, they can always replace you, but don't take that as a bad thing. Because if you're at a job or somewhere or in an environment where you feel like you have to almost straight just take yourself out or just destroy yourself just to make it,
Right.
maybe you don't need to be there. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's appreciated when you have, jobs where your boss will look at you and be like, yo, are you good? You are you all right? That's something we get told. There it is. Look, especially in my line of work, that's something we get talked about often. There it is. But no, like that's something. You're sorry. That's something we get told often. Like my supervisor be on my head, man. She be like, look, hey, make sure you're okay. Make sure that you are fine. It's like, I don't want you burning out. Take whatever. If you don't take time off, take time off. Don't touch your phone. You have to get away from work, And but we have that primal fear that if we ever stop, or more specifically, if we ever pause, because it's not a stop. If we ever pause, then all of a sudden you're a bum. Or if you lose your job, all of a sudden you're a bum. If you can't keep up with the demands of wherever you're working or whatever it is you've decided to undertake, you're not good enough.
Okay.
And that's not it. Sometimes you are not cognizant of your limitations. Fear actually does have a good place. Let's see. Kiki Nikoru said, if you let it drive you, then it affects how you go about handling things. It also paints a narrative in your mind on how you view things. Yes, because fear has a proper application. Everything exists for a reason. Fear exists for a reason. Fear is a way to alert yourself that either you are in danger or that you need to get out of whatever it is you're in. That there is something there that either that you may not be able to see, you may not be able to tangibly feel, but something's wrong, and like your fight or flight's kicking in,
Mm-hmm. You have a decision to make.
Yeah.
And, typically when fear is rooted in the unknown, part of the unknown is, well, we don't know the outcome, but the other part of the unknown is we don't know what to do.
Yes.
And what then comes is paralysis, right?
Oh yeah.
You don't know, you freeze, you stop.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's scary.
Put you right in your place.
Yeah.
And will not let you pass forward. No pass, go collect $200.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Kiara.
Much appreciated. I did see that. Speaking of that, we will be starting up the Discord soon. I've just been lacking on doing that. So that way we can actually communicate and share, different files or different factoids or whatever, that we could all learn from collectively. I think that would be good for everyone as a group. But yeah, Keegan Newcordy said it gives you a chance to rethink and evaluate what you're doing before deciding and see it through. Yes, if fear is utilized properly, I like that. It gives you a chance to rethink and evaluate what you're doing before deciding to see it through, which is okay.
That's a bar.
You're doing something. You're feeling something that's going to stop you from potentially doing something that could be damaging to yourself.
Let me hit this for this bar one more time. Let me
go ahead.
let me drop that Vegeta real quick. I just got to.
It's over 9,000.
Thank you, Kiki. I had to do you.
Tell
you
me,
one
does
right?
machines such as yourself experience fear? Hey,
come on,
look.
put that shit in. Look, but yeah, y'all, you know, it's we simply titled the episode "Fear" under the guise that it's a very broad term, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of things that fall under that umbrella because there will be a part 2.
We did get a comment from Aaron Sheets on Facebook. 2 of them. One of them said, "Live with no regrets." The other one says, "You can be scared. You can be scared to fail a lot if people got too much pride." Yes, yes. And fear and pride can go hand in hand.
That's one of my boys right there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aaron.
He's spitting truth.
Listen, what does regret rely on?
Mm-hmm.
Feelings
yes.
about past decisions made.
Yes.
And the overall intent behind them, the judgment calls we make and stuff. You know, I got over regretting things like a good 5 to 7 years ago.
Right.
Because you know why?
Why?
You know why?
Let me know.
This is a perfect sidebar / product placement because I have a simple mantra.
Okay.
Along my mini list.
Yes.
Of simple mantras.
Yes.
And that is.
Yes.
Control.
Yes.
The controllables.
Yes.
Woo! Listen, y'all.
We putting that on a shirt, by the way.
Come on now. Look, Thanos, let them know.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yes.
Come on.
But realistically, you do have to get to the point where fear teaches you, but it does not overcome you. Where fear instructs you, but it does not overrule you. Like,
Thanks.
And that's the thing. Fear can be instructive. Fear can teach you. As my great granddaddy used to say, fear will stop your mouth. You know, fear will stop you from doing something wild. It is that second thought. It's that second thought. And I think when you say it like that, it's a little bit better. Like, as the old folks in the church would say, you know, sometimes it ain't so much fear. They call that the Holy Ghost poking at you. It's like, look, is that little voice in your head going like, look, you know you ain't got no business doing that. You sure you want to do that? I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that little voice in your head that says, hey, you might not want to do that.
I'm dealing with some allergies.
Dog,
kicking my butt.
It is that time of year, and I hate it. I honestly want to get, we're going to get banned off of YouTube, but I want to get very legally medicated and go to sleep. Like, that's the only thing I ever want to do when my allergies are kicking in. That's what I do. I get as much medicine as I can functionally, and I sleep it off. But anyway, the thing about it is you can utilize fear as a resource without it being a requirement for you to constantly experience and give into fear. Mm-hmm. You don't have to give into it. Utilize it for what it's supposed to be utilized for. You know what I'm saying? Make your emotions do their job, you know, but because fear goes into paranoia, and paranoia goes into fear goes into irrational fear, which goes into paranoia. And once you get to the point of paranoia, you know, psychosis is soon to follow. Like, insanity is soon to follow. Irrational decision-making as a result of these things is very soon to follow. And that is the part that we have a problem with. Or you got people on the flip side that say, I ain't scared of none. I don't care. Okay, you don't care. You don't think through your decisions. Now something's going to happen to you. Because here's the thing. Here's the big ticket. Here's the big secret to that for everybody listening, especially if there's anybody younger listening. Whether you scared or not don't got nothing to do with what the end result is of you taking an action.
True.
You could be scared out your mind and do something that you're afraid of doing and still achieve it the same way as if you weren't scared and you approached it. So long as you approach it the right way, whatever's going to happen is whatever's going to happen. It has nothing to do with whether you're afraid or not.
Facts.
Same thing as if you think you bold and you big and you bad and, you know, you looking like you came fresh out the gym, you flexed up or whatever, and somebody say something sideways to you, you decide to say something sideways back because you think you bad. Guess what? There might be one day where you get smacked upside your head and knocked on your butt. And guess what? It wasn't because you was scared. It's just because you got bodied. It happened, you know? Like, perfect example, what we were talking about earlier. Shout out to Kiara Rob 25 for telling me about this. That story that happened recently of that dude who ran up in a bodega because his girl got mad. She couldn't buy some chips or something. And so she called him, made it sound like the store clerk disrespected her. Dude pulls up, basically goes behind the counter, which is mistake number one. Starts wailing on dude. And this dude's like, I think 60 or 61. Guy decides that, well, he does what most people in that situation would do. Grab whatever's close to you and use it. He grabbed a knife, stab him twice in the chest, one good time in the neck, off he goes. Whew. Now, do you think that had anything to do, that him losing his life had anything to do with him being scared? You think anything, you think any of that had anything to do with him being bold? You think him being bold and hard-bodied did anything for him in that situation? You ain't got to answer that. No, it didn't. No, it did not. Sometimes fear has a right place where it ain't so much a fear of, oh, I'm scared or oh, I'm a punk. It's like what Kiki said. Reevaluate.
I think the reevaluate part.
Yes.
And I'm on this is a controversial take. And I to some of y'all who hear this, it might not sound controversial at all, but it's very controversial, I think, in the current climate, especially when it comes to society and the internet.
Yeah.
And that is that we love talking about the importance of feelings.
Yes.
I'm not saying there isn't merit in that.
Right.
However, and I've gone on record to say this so many times, so many people, you have to be willing to reevaluate and even question or rationalize your feelings.
Yep.
And the main reason is because...
Dang, he left behind 9 kids.
That's messed up.
Jesus.
Feelings, while they may be of our own,
right,
you should always be asking yourself if there is any kind of counter reason or rationale to why you feel a particular way about something. Because sometimes what you feel and what your actual situation or circumstances is can be wildly different.
Yes.
In a way that can be detrimental to you.
Yes.
Y'all ever had somebody go off on you thinking you did something that you didn't do, but they felt like you did or felt the type of way towards you because of it?
Just put a hand up in the chat. I'm sure
we've all been there.
If you don't know where the hand is, just put a thumbs up in the chat. Put a thumbs up in the chat if somebody's ever accused you of doing something you know you did not do and came at your neck about it like you were the culprit.
Because they were upset with you, and now in turn, you became upset with them. Yeah. Their reasoning might not be very rational at all. But yours is as a response, but that happens all the time.
And guess what? It's based on how they feel. And I'll go further to say how they feel in that moment. The biggest thing about feelings is feelings reside within moments. So once that moment passes, that feeling passes. 9 times out of 10, right? Yeah, go ahead. When it comes to that, like, you have to understand whether a momentary feeling is worth a permanent consequence. Just made it quotable. That one might get put on the shirt too. You're dealing with a momentary feeling. However strong it may be, it is momentary versus a permanent consequence. And that is exactly what this gentleman ended up with. He had a momentary feeling of justified rage and frustration within himself. He felt justified in how he felt about the situation. He felt like his girl had been slighted over some chips, which honestly is stupid. But that's how he felt, right? That's how he felt. That's how he felt. So he had a momentary feeling that was justified. He acted within that feeling even after the moment. So that way, when the moment passed, he did too. That's the problem. The problem, and people get this wrong so often because I hear people say this to kids, like you make them feel like they're not allowed to feel nothing. No, it is totally okay to feel some type of way about something, as we always used to say. You can feel a way about something, that's perfectly fine. It's what you do and how you act within those feelings that matters. It has nothing to do with you feeling some type of way, because you can feel some type of way and sit right where you're at. You feel some type of way and logic it out and rethink your approach.
For sure. I mean, there have been plenty of times where, and I know you can relate to this. I can speak to this myself.
Oh, yeah.
I can think of plenty of times in situations where, in fact, I'll give an actual one. I remember one time in high school.
Yeah.
Sitting in the back of the bus. I was a junior. All right. I'm just minding my business, listening to my music.
Right, you ain't bothering nobody.
And next thing I know, a few of the girls are having a conversation with one of the dudes. He a senior.
Mm-hmm.
And dude just running off at the mouth. He say something about he'd handle any and everybody on the bus.
Oh,
right?
This sort of conversation.
So I'm sitting in the back. I'm listening to my music.
Right.
One of the girls tapped me on the shoulder, and she's like, "Hey, he said he could whoop you or whatever."
Yeah. See.
And at that moment, and it was crazy because the dude who said it,
right?
I thought he was a pretty cool dude. We had a few conversations. I wouldn't call us buddies or anything, but we were cool.
Y'all were cordial with each other.
Yeah. So I just take my headphones out. I didn't say nothing.
Right.
Because I got a simple rule of thumb when it comes to people testing my gangster. Specifically when it comes to Negroes trying me up. All right. And that's the PG version. I'm being nice because normally I would say it. Anybody who know me know I would say it just how I would say it.
Yeah.
And so
look, I'm actually proud of you.
In that moment, I'm just looking at him. And he looking at me. It's dead silence. And now it's caused a scene because everybody's looking like, is something about to happen here?
Right.
And I'm literally just like, and he looking at me about the same.
Yeah.
And, one of the girls was just like, is something going to happen? Trying to instigate.
And that's what they trying to see.
I'm just looking at him because I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like, now, why'd you have to do this?
Open your mouth and say something stupid like that.
Second, I'm thinking, I want to see you do it. Because I'm a firm believer, if you say you're gonna whip my ass, you either better do it or better attempt.
Right.
Because what I won't do, I don't believe in fighting people who ain't gonna fight me. I'm gonna pick and fight. I don't work that way.
Right.
And I ain't want to talk. I ain't want to talk a bunch.
And like Kiki Nikoto said, I mean, if he was about it, he would have said it to your face.
Right.
Thank you.
Look, I'm in the very back seat of the bus on the left side.
Not bothering nobody.
He 3 seats forward on the right side.
Right.
So we not even in the same seat. We ain't even in the same row.
No.
But he feel he Billy badass. And I'm like, let's go.
Right.
Now, did anything happen from that? Nope.
I didn't think so.
My little brother, rest his soul, he was watching too, because he just like, yo, he like tentative just in case, because that's my blood.
Right. So he's just
And
like,
he just like
you
waiting
go
to see
in, we going in.
waiting to see what's up.
Right, right.
And I'm just looking at him. I'm just looking at dude. He looking at me. This stare down happens for about 3-4 minutes. Intense, because I'm not even blinking. I'm looking at you.
Yes,
because I want you to know.
Look.
I want you to know if you think you about to do some shit,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Like, do something. And this is the other thing. Stature wise, we're the 2 tallest motherfuckers on this bus. So, and
so
that's just height.
This about to be the Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Clash of the Titans.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just like, what's up?
Oh no, sis wanted to see something.
I'm just
like,
look,
see something.
Look, I'm like, look, straight up, look, as uncut as I can be. Nigga from Chicago Projects. I'm ready. What's up, nigga? I'm from Parkway.
Let's go.
Or as you new age motherfuckers know, O Block. I was O Block before it was O Block. Fun fact. I'm just like, I'm waiting. Because I'm used to people not having these conversations. A motherfucker just swing on you, on you just cuz.
Right.
They didn't even have to know you from a can of paint. Right.
There usually isn't a conversation.
You could be on the wrong block.
Yeah.
In the wrong building.
You could exist. Shit. No, she said, let's get ready to rumble.
Right. Yeah. And so I'm just, right, Kiki. And I'm just like,
you could just happen to be in the wrong area and somebody be mad.
Long story short, though, nothing ever happened. But from that moment, every other time, he never directly said nothing to my face else about it.
Right.
But every other time I seen him, he was at a distance.
Yeah.
He'd make little side comments, all that stuff. I just mind my business.
Yeah.
I remember one time he got on a bus. He was looking at me out the side of his face like he was going to do something once again. I'm just like this.
What's up? We ain't got to have this conversation. What's good?
Like, I'm literally just like sitting here. Because I'm like, I know you know that I see you, right?
Right.
He get all the way up in one of my buddies' face. My buddy stand up to him, whatever. They didn't do nothing, but they knew each other. They was closer.
Right.
They wasn't really buddies neither.
So they knew each other. He was just feeling himself.
Yeah. He didn't do it to me. He just looked at me like,
no.
Like, I want you to look over here. And I'm just like
he trying to make an example or something.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I know.
Because for one, I see you at the corner of my eye. For two, if you're gonna do something, you'll do
something.
Like, because if you attempt,
cut all this talk.
I'm about to snatch you up. And look, at this point in time, I'm like 6'1", 6'2".
Right.
He like 6'3", 6'4".
Okay.
But I also got weight on you. I know you don't want to try this.
Was he kind of lanky?
He was kind of lanky.
Okay.
I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm like,
yeah,
if you really as bad as you say you is and how you be walking around here, you'll do something.
Look, no cap. Height don't really do much for strength.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that rah-rah shit, it ain't never been about nothing.
Javar said, where was I when this happened?
Bruh, we'll talk off camera. I'll tell you who it was and when it happened. I'll tell you who it was and when it happened off camera. Because you know the person. You know the person. But you already know how I operate anyway when it comes to that stuff. You know me.
Hold on. Kiki said he saw his future in your eyes and didn't like what he saw.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Look, Javar, you know how I operate. You know I talk shit about just about anything in the world. But one thing I don't just be running my mouth about is fighting or whooping somebody's ass.
No,
we can talk about cars, we can talk about video games.
Right.
But the minute you talk about putting your hands on somebody,
that's
hurting somebody, different. It's a different. And I don't have time to play about those conversations.
No.
You ain't about to threaten me. Because I don't play games like that with threats.
Right. Because look, like you said, most threats like that, whenever, depending on what area you're in, and sometimes you ain't even got to be in that certain area. A threat is it. Yeah. Look, and there's a reason. Permission. Look, there's a reason why in school, and I always used to wonder about this as a kid, why they was always like, you don't threaten nobody. You don't threaten nobody, because if you make a threat, one is two things. One, what you learn from the block is you make a threat, you got to carry it out.
Look, don't write a check with your mouth that your ass can't cash.
And there it is. Two, if you make a threat, you are putting yourself in a situation where somebody might bring it back, fear for their life, and then they are allowed to act accordingly.
Yeah, man. Listen,
because look, I used to, you know what I used to always tell kids. I remember I told a kid this when I was little, right? Because look, unfortunately, You short and you young, you're a target.
You test.
So you're gonna get somebody who tests you. It happens every time. And so I remember, look, what y'all don't understand is we grew up in the 90s. We 90s babies. We grew up on shonen
early
anime.
90s.
Look, we was anime kids. I was an anime kid. Look, I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, friggin' Thundercats, like, Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, all them, which basically taught me run up and get done up. Come and have a problem, please do.
Listen.
Like, so look, the way we used to do it, low key, it was funny. The way we used to do it when we was out on the playground, it's like we was in the show, because you'd have a dude, like, I remember we friends now, but my friend Prashad, I don't know why she did this. She put this one dude up. He was a year below us to fight me. I don't know why. I still to this day don't know why. We grown now. Look, and I remember what I said. He came up to me. I'm like, I ain't know, like you said, I didn't know this dude from a can of paint. But he rolling up like he wanted to do something. He was kind of lanky. He was a little taller, but he was lanky. And he was like, he's like, what's up? It's like, man, we're gonna fight. I'm like, all right, just make sure you don't miss. Because that was always my thing. In my mind, I'm like, look, bro, it wasn't necessarily that I thought I was big and bad. It's just you better not miss, because you either gonna take me out, or I'm gonna take you out.
Listen, man,
look, that kid lost a tooth that day.
I'm telling you now, look,
that kid lost a tooth that day.
I will never forget that moment, because I was just like, look.
I mean, what's up?
I'm like, listen, I've been fighting in some capacity, whether it was my older brothers, or getting jumped, because I've been jumped a couple times in my life, enough to where that individual rah-rah type stuff, it don't really faze me. And I just, I had to grow up kind of fast just because of the environment I was in. So it was just like I had to be socially aware of things in a different kind of way, and so it really made it to where stuff like that, I just don't really, like I said, we can joke, we can talk crap about anything else. And my self-regulation,
right,
as it relates to fear, was I always feared losing my life or going to jail. Yeah. Now I don't really fear losing my life. But I'm still not trying to go to jail.
Heck no. And then Javar said, and then Sid met me. MFs know not to say shit if I'm nearby, damn it.
Man, listen.
Yes.
Man, listen. Look, hey, I'm going to say this.
That's because it's
I'm going to say this, though.
20,000 other you other motherfuckers.
Listen, I will say this, though. Shout out to my brother. Because let me tell you something. A few mugs.
Right.
There was a few mugs here.
Oh, Lord. I already know.
That wanted to get their claim to fame, test the Chicago dude.
Well, yeah,
because he in Chicago and he from Chicago.
Yeah.
And they from here type stuff.
Yeah.
But this was my partner. That was my partner in crime.
Right.
And nobody want to mess with him because one, they don't want to mess with him as he is.
Right.
Then
if you
manage black mug.
Right. Look.
Then when you find out who he is.
Right. And who he related to.
And who his folks is. You realize that he got an army behind him.
Look, because that's the whole thing. It's just like, look, just to make another reference, because we are anime kids. Even when Vegeta said, even if you manage to somehow get past me,
look, man,
he gonna take you out.
Look,
and the funniest thing is going through music, that was a resource I didn't even know I had. Because it wasn't until somebody really tried it. And ironically, that person ain't around no more. God bless, rest his soul. And it had nothing to do with me. But like, dude, it was one of the first and only few times I've ever gotten heckled, right? Look, at that moment, and it's funny because me and some of those people that were there aren't even around each other no more. The whole time he's running his mouth, one of my homies is behind him on one side. The other one is behind him on the other side. And my homie Manny, shout out to Manny, he was like, oh, yeah, we seen that. Look, now, if anybody who know my boy Manny, he worked security at the hospital. he tackle folk for a living.
Listen.
And look, and he was in the back. Look, he told me this later. He was like, yeah, man, we thought he was gonna square up with you. If he would have done anything to you, we would have jumped him.
Listen.
Like, it's like, yeah, he know a bunch of dudes, but we would have jumped in. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things of like, and I've always been a proponent of this. It don't matter where you from, it matter what you gonna do.
Man,
because look, and Kiera Robs 25 said, always testing us from the city. Gary, Chicago, Compton, New York in general, people be trying to gangster. And and people try to gangster on both sides. People try to gangster on the ones that they think they can get clout off of because, oh, well, he's from Chicago, no, he deal real shooters, man. We take him out. Look, man, I'm coldest in the street. Or they try the ones that they think are easy marks. Because like I had a different problem. I was younger.
You had the look.
Look,
you didn't have the
look.
I
was younger. I was a preacher's kid. You know what I'm saying? I was smart. I had all these other things about me, and they're like, all right, yeah, we gonna try something. I'm like, but what you don't understand is, once again, I liked to fight as a kid.
Listen,
I was in it like that. I ain't cared because my main thing was always, like you said, I had cousins. I ain't have siblings, but I had a cousin who was 5 years older than me. Me and this man used to fight all the time. Like, and it's like one of them things where what people don't understand, and it's funny that people do understand it and they'll still try you. I had a former roommate that told one of my other friends, and ironically, he was from Gary, but like, that's another story. Look, and Kiera Rob know who I'm talking about, but he told one of our other friends, they was like, man, it's like, we got to worry about Nick. It's like, why? It's like, one day he might get mad and straight up kill somebody. I'm like, and it's funny that even with that knowledge in mind, when somebody decided to test something or say something sideways, all that went out the window. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing with me was, I don't have to prove to you that I'm big and bad.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? But what I've learned is you got to do it just like you do with kids. The implied threat always has that much more power. And this is another aspect of fear. And this is something that parents understand. Look, because I be doing this as a job now, bro. Look, I done had a cute kids test my gangster. And I test them right back and never have to raise my hand. Look, because there was one time we was riding around and look, and I love our people, but when it's us, you do have to push it a little bit more because our kids ain't scared of nothing. So we pulled up to the area, right? We pull up to the area. We about to get out. One of the kids gonna sit there and say something. I'm like, what was it? I'm like, hey, look. I'm like, you try me if you want to. I don't really think you need to be doing that. It's like I'm not for playing no games, right? Look, he goes, it's like, you pick whatever game you want. Look, I stopped that car. I stopped that van so quick right where we was at. Look, turned the music off, looked back and said, you care to repeat that? Look, and one of the other kids gonna say, no, he said, I'm like, no. I want to hear it from him. What'd you say? I'm like, do you have something you need to say? And he's like, no. I'm like, well, then keep it that way.
See,
because that's what it is. Look, we had to teach one girl who was actually dealing with these kids. Look, we had to teach her that one of the guys, because because they'll act up around some of the women, especially this little 5-year-old. He used to try it. Look, and she scared the snot out of him. She got him one good time because she leaned up, looked him dead in his eyes, and said, "You got 3 seconds to put that seatbelt on." It's like, look, instilling fear. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, this is the thing that people don't like it when I say this, but you ain't got to beat your kids. You just got to scare them.
Look, I be telling him, I'm like, I don't plan to even really be that.
Right.
I'm telling you how I know how I am.
You getting that like, Claire Huxtable
you gonna know.
Yeah.
Either it's gonna be how I say it,
right? Yes.
Or how I look at you.
Look, you inject that little bit of bass.
Give him that death stare.
Look, you inject that little bit of bass in your voice, and you be like, look, why?
What did I say?
Yep. Bro, when I say that I've been practicing, look, my daddy voice be getting practice every week, bro. Every week. Because there's one little 2-year-old. He's a mess. Look,
it's gonna be either the deep undertones or it's gonna be the loud shout that y'all know it means time.
Yep.
Hey, look,
hey, bruh.
Look,
There used to be a mom that I dealt with.
I was thinking about people,
bro. She used to count in Korean and scare the crap out of her kids. Like they be acting stupid. All of a sudden she go,
yeah.
Like,
and they be doing that too.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Look, it's because it's that you know that it's that factor. And you just like
that abrupt thunder.
Now see what but you know what I yes, abrupt thunder, that's nice. Look, no, what I be doing sometimes, I get cold. I'll be like I don't raise my voice and I'll be like, you know where you need to be. I'm like, come on.
It's that deafening tone.
Yeah, because it's the change. It's the shift.
Yeah,
it's the shift. Because look,
the vibe done changed.
Look, and here's the funniest thing with that. Look, what you'll notice is if you work that right, look, they might they'll sit there, they might scream, they might yell, they might push your buttons, but they ain't going nowhere.
Listen, folks will be. Look, I already know. Ooh, look, y'all, I got an idea, and I don't even mind sharing it. This is a freebie.
Ooh, all right.
We used to have to, man. Look, folks gonna be doing wall sits, exercising.
Oh, the wall sit,
and
you evil.
You gonna stand and read a book.
Ooh,
you gonna stand and read a book in the corner. You ain't just gonna be standing there playing with your fingers and stuff. Imagine that. No.
No, you gonna stand and
read this book.
Go ahead.
Stand in that corner.
Go ahead.
Since we removing belts and butt whippings, we're gonna have to get more creative on these punishments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already ain't got no problem taking away stuff because these kids are already getting more than we ever fucking
that's the one, though. That's the one. It's all fun. Look, everybody, and I say this because this used to happen to me. Look, everybody gangster until they walk in their room and their TV don't work. Look,
play it to the PlayStation gone.
Look, right. Everybody gangster until everything that has technology is gone.
I remember having bad grades.
Yep.
Fearing I was gonna get my ass whipped.
Right.
With a belt.
Getting bodied.
Okay. And I came home and not only get my ass whipped with a belt. Niggas, the PlayStation was gone. When I said it was gone,
it was gone.
Motherfuckers told me the PlayStation was in the garbage. Do y'all know? In the garbage. Ooh. Do y'all know? I walked because I didn't think. Look, I was smart enough to know. Look, this is how I thought about it. I was like, look, if that motherfucker's in the garbage and it's not in the garbage can outside.
Right.
So I walked literally to a garbage can up the street behind one of the fucking like dollar stores or something. And I peeked over in there. I was looking for the game. Do you know it was not in there? Look, eventually I came home. One day, wasn't nobody at the crib. I went searching through every closet.
I know you did, because I used to do that.
I found the motherfucker, but I knew if I move this any type of way.
Yeah. Look.
If you move it, it has to stay in the same position.
Yes.
Listen, if it don't, your ass is
grass. Bruh. Hey, I used to be on that same. Look, I used to be on that same shit. Look, it took me a minute to figure out where they put the PS2, but I figured out where they put my Game Boy and stuff because they put it up high. Look, dog, what I used to do, I played it smart. I was like, all right, I got a good 30, 40 minutes.
Man.
So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to grab this real quick, I'm play it a little bit, get my rocks off, whatever. Look, go back, carefully put it back. Oh, no, I had to watch all the time. So I'm carefully put that mug back. And then go back because my granddaddy was the same exact way. If something moved, even if it moved on accident, this man knocking on my door like, "Where you move my keys?" What? No, I ain't even been in your room. You've been in my room.
Look, I know you've been probing. I know you've been messing with stuff.
Right. Look, what are you talking about? Like, and sometimes it would just move on accident. We didn't know.
Right.
We didn't even know. And he leaning in like, look, he leaning in like this. And there wasn't no fighting on. He just leaning and go. You seen any of my stuff? What you mean? You been in my room?
Man.
No.
Listen.
Why? It's like, because I can't, it's like, and it wouldn't even be that the thing was missing. It would be that it moved. It wasn't even that it was missing. It's that somebody moved my stuff. And And I'm pretty sure it was one of y'all.
Fear will have you even having PTSD from them past ass whoopings.
Bro, yes.
Look, we all got that one ass whooping that lives in our head rent free
for the rest of your life.
We all got
that's
one.
Trauma. Yeah.
It is. But that's how powerful fear is. Yeah. Depending upon what type of fear that has been imprinted and or instilled, indoctrinated on you.
Yeah.
It may last in your mind, in your memory bank forever.
The funniest thing is there's certain kids, look, and every kid is different. And I'm sure you can agree to this, Javar, because you have more than one kid. Look, there's some kids, all you got to do is breathe different. And they sitting there like, I'm sorry. Look, you ain't even talking to them. Yeah. You talking to the other kid. Yeah. And they sitting there curled up like in a ball, like you about to do something to them. And you like, bro, I'm not even talking to you. And then there's other ones, you borderline got to lean in their face. Look into their eyes with the face of death and be like, if I have to get up out this seat,
man, listen,
me and you go fight.
Do y'all remember back in the day, especially if you grew up in the 90s? Yeah. If not, you will be able to relate to this, but
right,
not as much.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. Do y'all remember how visible it would be to either see another kid get snatched up by the ear or arm or whooped straight up right in front of the store?
Dog, that was church.
Do y'all remember when it was you?
I made sure that was few and far between.
It was to the point.
Kiki said that was me.
It was to the point though. It was to the point where you had to see the other kid get their butt whooped,
and you was just
like, I'm so glad that it's not me. I wish you the best.
Right? Because we ain't finna help you. Because we ain't finna help you.
You would look, but it wasn't nothing said. It was just like, damn, I feel so sorry for you, but I'm glad it ain't me.
Yep. Look, you know what it was half the time? I ain't gonna cap with some of the ones that was in church, because the ones who used to get beat all the time got beat all the time for a reason, and we knew why. Look, we looking at him like, stay down and just shut up. Stop.
Did any of y'all
and just later?
Did any of y'all had a parents that when the other kid's ass was getting whooped, they was like, you make sure you don't do that.
Yes.
Now see what not to do,
bruh. You felt like you was in trouble and you ain't even do nothing.
It's like, okay,
bro. I used to hate that. No, God forbid.
Just make sure you don't be doing it.
Look, no. I can do you one better. When you got older to where kids could actually really do some borderline illegal stuff, and you had somebody, because this used to happen in church all the time. We had little niggas who got on house arrest. Look, and that does happen.
Yeah,
I know an 11-year-old that was on house arrest. That's a thing.
Yes, it is.
That is scary, but that is a thing. Anyway, look. Yes, figured out I could get out some women's by already showing I was sorry and crying on cute, bro. That don't work with the old folk. They don't care.
Man, no,
but they gonna get they rocks up. No. You know what me and Donald had to do? We learned this one time because we got in trouble at Vacation Bible School. Look, we came back, we looked at each other. Now, me and this man ain't never really seen eye to eye when we was kids, okay? Like, there was an age gap. There was a lot of different. Look, we agreed. We made a pact that day. We was like, ain't neither one of us gonna cry. She just gonna come in. She gonna do her thing. If don't neither one of us cry, she just leave. Man. Look, and sure enough, she was in and out in 2 minutes, bro. Look, she popped one of us. Look, and he just look. I always remember it like some epic movie because we just sitting there stiff.
I got one of those stories. Go ahead.
Look, and then it was then it was the next one's turn, and we watching each other, looking at them going, "You got it, bro. You got it." Look, and she left. Look, and we looking like, "Dang, it kind of hurt, but we made it though."
Bruh, so I got a similar story to that. Okay,
so yeah, because don't get to screaming.
Listen, bro, we.
Oh man,
well, I miss my brother. We were. I remember we got start getting up in age, 12, 13, and stuff. Right. You 2 years younger than me. Excuse me. And I remember one time We both got in trouble for something.
Oh man.
Both got whooped. Extension cord.
Ooh.
He was crying. And I had reached the point where I felt like I could take it finally.
Right.
And I was just saying to myself, like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, I gotta be strong for both of us. I'm the oldest. So
I gotta set an example.
I get hit with the extension cord. I'm just like jumping and stuff. I'm like flopping like a fish. But I'm phased. Like it's hurting, but I'm taking them licks.
You holding strong.
And look, I was like, oh, so it don't hurt you.
Oh crap.
Look, if you watching, I love you, Auntie. She's like, okay.
Oh no.
She used to have like this wooden, like, I don't even know what to call it. Wooden, like
a paddle?
hallway table, like.
Oh.
And it had like the little spindles or whatever.
No.
It had like the spindles. Not as thick as the ones on like a staircase, but one of those.
What,
You know, the
bar
little
thingies?
Yes. So
No.
she took one off of there.
You gonna do that?
And she started hitting us with the fucking stick.
See?
Bruh.
That's messed up, dog.
Auntie Sandra, love you.
That's so messed up.
That and then she just started hitting mugs. Like I remember one time she didn't have a stick. I don't know if she broke it on one of us or not. And she just like mopped me right in the eye. What the hell was your problem? Bow. I was just like, yo. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Gee, that's different. Okay.
Luckily, her hand was small enough. I ain't get no black eye or nothing.
But still,
But
it
it was
hurts.
just like, ah,
Look.
the hell did I do?
Hey, look, I probably ain't even allowed to say this no more because my job, but look, that's how you know somebody tired of you. That look, I always thought it was different. Like when a kid pisses you off so bad that you just toss the belt and you just throwing hands. It's just like,
Hey,
come on.
Look, see,
like
my mama did me like that before too,
Jesus.
though. And I was a lot younger.
Oh.
And he taught me a valuable lesson. Cause then I was young enough to where a punch like that could like make me like, okay.
About knock the wind out your
Let
soul.
me go some right. I was just like, you know, look.
I seen a kid get stiff armed right in the chest, bro. Like,
do you remember the last time you was young and either got stiff armed or hit in the chest?
man.
Do you remember how it feel? Let me tell y'all something.
You drop like a brick.
Listen, y'all, if you ain't never been hit in as a person, because
Right.
this can happen to a male or a female.
Yeah.
If you ain't never been punched in the stomach
Or somewhere that knocked the wind out you.
or somewhere that like literally knocks the wind, make your heart skip a beat,
Right.
you don't know shit.
That
If you ain't never been punched in the liver or any of those areas,
that will change your life.
an eye is one thing. It'll make you look fucked up.
Right. That's
Somebody
gonna make
hit you hard enough
feel,
in your stomach, your heart, your liver, any of those areas.
you're probably about to fall over.
You either about to fall over, ask God for forgiveness, or die. Period. You do not want to get hit in the stomach.
Oh no.
Getting hit in the nuts hurt too.
Yeah.
But getting hit in the stomach is a different type of hurt from those.
yes.
It's
Getting
different.
Look.
You literally think
There's
you're
a
gonna
hierarchy. Look, getting hit in the nuts will just make you just fall over and probably just lay there for a while.
die and cry.
If you even have the availability of that, depending on how quick it happens.
If you get hit in the chest, though, you're not gonna cry.
You're
literally
gonna
just
question look. That's when you question your life decisions up until that point, and you have that little anime flashback,
Bruh.
because you know you're probably about to die.
And you
like,
hear that Sarah McLachlan song or whatever. In the eyes of the angel. Listen, they be playing on that damn Rescue Dog commercial.
Yeah.
With your
Rescue me. Man, I got hit in the stomach one time and dropped gas before
I
air and all.
am telling y'all,
Oh, yeah.
man. If you ain't never got hit in like the gut, the
or
liver,
the chest,
or like up here in the chest near the heart,
bruh.
not only does it hurts so much, and it makes you question life so much, you won't cry.
No,
It's that weird.
you just there.
You yes. Like just like how it happens on the cartoons when you see a motherfucking soul come out the back of their body dancing and shit.
Right. That's you.
That's you.
That's you. That's
Like
No,
It
you
will
know,
not make you
what
cry.
a better example is? You know that whole when everything gets muffled and it's like,
Oh, like yeah,
look,
like
your
Call
eye,
of Duty.
look,
You
your
get hit with a
vision gets
motherfucking
dim.
frag or
Yeah,
concussion grenade.
that's what that is.
That's what that shit is. You like Mr. Krabs.
Yup. Look, and you just look. You falling over. You look like this. You like, bro. That happened to me on a basketball court one time when I was a kid.
Listen.
Because look, the ball flew, and I swear to God, it came out of nowhere. I wasn't ready, G. It cracked me right in the chest. Look, I fell back. I was like, ping. Like, I fell back like the nature boy, bro. Like, I was not good. Look, and the thing is, even when you are right from that, you still lay there. Listen, like, you got to lay there a little bit longer.
Look,
just to make sure you're still alive.
Look, I think, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what I think it was. Because I remember, my memory's kind of hazy, but it was around the same time.
Right.
I think I got punched in the chest.
Oh, you talking
by my mama
about this?
By my mama.
You talking about this?
For stealing a tech deck dude. Y'all remember them tech deck dudes?
Oh, no.
Bruh, I stole a tech dude
wasn't worth your
out
life,
of fucking
it wasn't
Walgreens
worth your
or somewhere.
life, was it?
With the skateboard and everything. You know I had to have that motherfucker. Boom!
Soul leaves body. Yep.
That should have had you looking like the mannequin challenge.
Look, no, that'll have you looking. Look, y'all, all you see is the wasted thing go across.
Right. Look, I was literally Mr. Krabs, y'all. I was literally Mr. Krabs.
Knocked you out your body.
Bruh.
Look, and again, look.
I found out the true definition of body language.
Oh, God. Look, yes. Kiki Nikoru said, I got hit in the stomach and still had to take my school picture. I was crying.
Oh.
No casket ready. Oh,
and that's sad.
God.
And you know what? You know what's sad about that?
That you don't know you were alive for about the first 5 minutes after
that. But you was crying because after that, you had to take that picture and you know it. Listen, man. You can't get your ass whooped and have to take a picture. Since we talking about fear, and there's a correlation, especially within the Black community, but everybody can relate to getting their ass whooped, right?
Look, don't let your church have a basement. All right.
I got whooped. I got one for y'all. We talk about fear and shit. And I knew I was in trouble. I was scared for my fucking life. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I was coming from school.
Oh, no.
And I was just getting in a bunch of dumb little trouble shit.
Yeah.
I remember after school going to the corner store, going to the 99-cent store. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Going to the 99-cent store, not the Dollar Tree.
No,
the corner store, the 99-cent store. Okay? Or what motherfuckers in New York call a bodega.
Yeah.
Went to the motherfucking bodega, right?
Damn.
Power. Went to the bodega. Went to the corner store. 99-cent store. Bought a pellet gun with rubber pellets, rubber bullets.
No.
Me and my buddy, orange ones with the yellow pellets. I had that mug in my book bag. It was like a purple and black JanSport. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Okay,
God, you brought it back.
Listen, left the book bag at school.
Oh no!
Somehow or another, either the book bag got unzipped or it was unzipped by my teacher.
And somebody
third grade,
and they found the pellet.
Shout out to Miss Farmer. I don't know if you're still around. If you aren't, rest in peace. If you are, you fucked up that day in my life forever. And I'll never forgive you for it. Motherfucker. Cancel me, YouTube. Anyway. The next morning.
That ghost said, quiet down. I'm dead.
My uncle get called up to the school. So we got to go up to the school together.
Oh, no.
I knew I was in trouble for something, but I didn't know what.
That's even worse.
So look.
Oh, no.
We get to the school, and this is before class start. So I'm thinking she just going to say something that's going to be the end of it. She basically snitches on me.
Said, oh, no, I know where this is going.
She snitches on me.
In front of you.
And she pulls out the gun, and she holding it like this and stuff, like it's...
Like dangling it, like it's diseased. Yeah.
My uncle look at me, And I'll have to ask him about this next time I talk to him, matter of fact, to see how much of this situation he remembers.
Oh,
but I remember like it was yesterday. Next thing you know, I got whooped in the classroom. What made it worse is this motherfucker, Miss Farmer, if you dare rest in peace, gave him the yardstick to whoop my ass with.
See?
So wait, I'm not done.
Oh, no. No.
This does not happen before the school bell rings. So, as the rest of the third graders
are
coming into class,
oh,
we do the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, the Black Anthem, and all of that. So we all standing in the classroom with my uncle, grown tall ass,
in the back,
6'2", in the back with his aviator glasses on, saying the pledge with us.
Looking at
Meanwhile, everybody looking at me and looking around like, what the fuck is going on?
Who the hell
And I'm upset, sad as shit, because I just got my ass whooped before everybody came into class. Over a fucking gun that was fake, that shouldn't even been fucked with or found.
Oh, God. I'm crying, G. It takes a... Dog, look, again, that's why I said, oh, I needed that. If you're in church, most of mine revolve around church because community-based. Look, because there is no hope for you. Look, I'm just going to say this, and y'all can take it however you want to, because this don't really happen no more, except for here. There is no DCS in church. Man, they don't work on Sundays, okay? Look, they don't work on Sundays.
Look.
Once it gets past Friday at 4:30, you're not getting anything.
Bruh.
And ain't nobody in there gonna snitch. Okay? Bruh, I had a similar situation to that. I punked out too early, and that's the only reason I didn't get bodied. But look, no. You know how bad it is when the mama that everybody, even the kids know is crazy, offer your mama a weapon. I'm tripping. I'm crying over. I was crying over something stupid. I don't know what the hell I was mad about. But I was tripping. Mama's mad at me. Look, and look, and Javar, this one of your relatives, and she crazy. You probably know who I'm talking about. But she roll up and she look and see me. She see her going off on me. She peeped the situation, and like a good neighbor goes,
Farm isn't there.
Oh God, there wasn't no insurance for this.
No,
look.
No insurance for this ass.
And I'm in the back pew. Granny's is sitting in the front. Papa preaching. So there is no hope for me. Okay, and she go, oh, he acting up. You need something to hit him with. I look at her and I'm like, are you serious?
Listen, y'all. Look, if you Gen Z or later, you might not be able to relate. Parents used to tag team and whoop other kids' ass. That it takes a village shit, like people saying it takes a community.
Yeah.
It used to be community ass whoopings getting handed out.
Look, there used to be a disclaimer. And this probably happened. Y'all, look, put your hands up in the chat, because I know most of us is black, or at least 90s kids. Put your hands up in the chat if you ever had to go to somebody's house and the stipulation that was made before you went there, they told the parents right in front of you and your friend.
You already know where you're going.
Where the rules at their house is the same as mine. You mess up over there, they got full authority to beat you.
Listen, hey, look, and if you didn't hear it like one way or another, you either heard it like that, or you might have heard it a little even more fucked up like this.
And they better not have to call me.
You got permission to whoop so-and-so ass.
Yep.
Now, we live in a day and age where nobody touching their kids, right?
Hell no.
Oh, you can't do that.
Nothing to their kids.
Listen, and look, I say it too. Listen. Look, in this day and age, black people don't even want you touching their kids. We went from, if they acting up, whoop their ass.
Yep.
To, oh, you better not touch my kids, or I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yep.
Hey, y'all see how that once they started changing them laws about abuse and stuff, how that changed the whole climate of how we used to how we used to handle our kids as a community.
Yeah.
Everybody used to be your parent.
But you know why? You know why though? What it did was it uprooted all the fugazi and shiesty folk that you was around, that your parents was around. Because now what happens? Look, sister girl down the street may not even have her kids. And she see you doing something because she decides she got a problem with you, she'll call the hotline on you.
Oh yeah.
So now you really can't be like, hey, you got full reign to do whatever you want with my kids, because now they'll beat your kids, tell on you that you said it.
Come on now.
Get your kids taken away.
Kiara Rob said, I got the uncle, granny, and mama combo. Come on now. Who you telling? I swear. You forgot the auntie. Look, I got the auntie too thrown up in there. I got the brothers thrown up in there.
Yep. Look, see, and once again, this is part of the problem of being a preacher's kid, especially when your church is in the hood. Everybody knows who you are. And most of them have your parents on speed dial. I would go home at certain times, even as an adult, I would go home and my grandmother would know where I had been before I say anything. And I'm like, how do you know that? Sometimes it wouldn't even be true. Somebody told her that I was in the casino once. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look, bruh, when I say it does take a community, bruh, look, used to be, you did something on one side of the block, you couldn't get to the other side of the block without your mama pulling up and whooping you all the way back. You know what I'm saying? But like for me, bro, look, hey man, look, I say it like this. What used to get me is, yeah, my folks got creative. I didn't get that many whoopings. You know why? Because I witnessed too many. And I was just like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
I didn't witness enough then. Shit. I wasn't even the worst of kids, but
I wasn't even one of them worst of kids. I just had my moments. But no, look, my folks realized what to hit me where it hurt. Where you, like you said, I may not get beat, but everything I like in there be missing, and I'd have to watch nothing but the air channels for like 2-3 days.
Man, this made me want to call my cousin.
I'm like, I ain't got no cable no more. Look, a beating is one thing. Realizing that you don't have cable anymore for the whole day after you just been to school is torture. Because now the only way that you can watch a cable program is if you sit in the front room with your grandmama. And half the time they watching Matlock and whatever else.
But you know what though?
It ain't nothing you want.
That was the difference, because it went from, I think those were worse. I think the punishments were worse simply because it went from you doing something bad, getting your ass whooped,
and that's the end.
And that would be the end of it.
Yeah.
But the punishments, they would last. And not only would they last, you wouldn't even be like, you'd be crying, but overall you would just be fucking sad.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing worse than just being like sad and depressed, goddamn it. Like especially as a kid. Because y'all remember before most of us had like any real dominion and control over our own futures and fates.
Yeah.
How just debilitating it used to be to actually be on like a real punishment or a grounding and you couldn't go nowhere.
You just stuck there. Look.
You just be in a house.
Look, and they be on dirt. And they'll let your little friends come to the house, knock on the door, and be like, look, and make you walk up there and be like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I can't come out.
Hey, Javar can relate. Look, I used to be like, hey, tell my aunt that, you know, this, and this so I can come out.
Right.
Bruh. Man, we used to have to create stories.
Yeah. Look. No, they used to do me bad. I used to have to for real come up and they'd be like, can they come out to play? Well, Nick, look, I had to walk and be like, no, I can't go outside today. Man. Look, they sitting there looking at you the whole time, daring you to say something stupid. Look, sitting there, look, be like, I can't go outside today because I made bad decisions.
There was a few dances.
I'll see you next week.
Back in high school, there was a few dances and a few CK parties, for better or for worse, that I did not go to because
you was on punishment.
Fuck shit that I was doing at fucking school.
See, yeah.
And it'd be the dumbest of fuck shit. Having bad grades.
Yep. I
got a couple referrals for some stupid shit.
Yep.
AEA for some stupid shit.
Yep.
I got AEA like twice in high school.
Right.
Ever. And both times was for some bullshit.
Yep. Hey, look, Kiki Nikodu said it. You got to actually know your kid for the punishment to work though. That's true. Because look, I had cousins that got the hell beat out of them at all times, and it did nothing. Because here's the thing. At some point, that sadness you talking about turns into resentment.
Oh, yeah.
And you develop a resistance. And you get to the point where it's like, look, you sit there sounding like Riley. You can beat me if you want to, but I'm not changing my stance.
It goes from please don't hurt me to I fucking hate you.
Yep.
And that's one of the consequences of over whooping your kid's ass. Eventually it just comes to the people, you know.
And really over punishment of any kind, because like whoopings get the most obvious versions. Because here's the thing. Look. I am gonna say this, and y'all can feel however you want to about it. Dog, look, we all 90s kids, we know this. Foes got whooped for stuff that didn't even really matter.
Facts. You lying. Look, I know some of y'all love y'all parents. Yeah. It's okay. This is a safe space.
I love mine too.
We know. Looking back, parent, guardian, aunt, uncle, brother, sister. We know. Looking back, being adults that we are today.
Yep.
We know that some of them ass whoopings were not only uncalled for, but were just downright fucking harsh and fucked up.
Look, you ever got a just in case whooping? Yeah, them just look. Yeah,
you ever got in case? You ever got whooped for some shit that you told the truth about?
Yep.
But motherfuckers thought you lied.
Yep.
And then later on,
they came back and said they were sorry,
or you proved them wrong.
Yeah,
man. Look, the worst.
Look, and the jacked up part is you sitting there, your butt on fire. Look, you got to sit there leaning like this because you hurt. Look, and whoever it is, if it's your daddy or your mama or your granddaddy, whoever, look, they come to the door and be like, hey, so I found out that, you ain't really do that.
Listen.
Look, and if he's sitting there going like, I just want to let you know, look, that's my bad, bro. I got whooped. And walk off.
I got whooped over a fucking movie ticket that I was supposed to have to show proof that I went because of my older cousin and his fuckery.
Oh, that's great.
I couldn't find the movie ticket but this is why. Because it was in the dip pocket, the little accessory pocket.
Oh, and you couldn't.
And I didn't realize
that you put it in there.
Yes, and I looked through my regular pockets and it wasn't in there. And then after I got whooped that night, the very next morning,
you found it.
I found it, and I took it to my uncle. And I was just like, Here it is. And like literally it stopped. Everything stopped at that moment.
Oh God.
Bruh, those are the worst.
Bruh, yeah, look, and it's so funny because you know they don't want to apologize. You know they don't want to sit there and say, yeah, dog, I was mad, I was wrong. I made a mistake. Look, and they try to be all cool with it like it's okay, right? Be like, look, I'm sorry, look, you ain't deserve to get that, we gonna it's too bad. Look, and you be sitting there, look, holding back tears, your butt still hurt, your back still hurt, you stressed out, got a vein sticking out your head because you was told not to cry, and you sit there like, what you mean you sorry? Like,
listen, right, like that's a look. And
go whoop yourself.
Listen, where was the expression? Let me make sure I say this right. I'm probably gonna butcher the fuck out of this.
Right.
But where was the expression? The apology gotta be as loud as the disrespect. In the fucking 90s, when we was getting our asses whooped with extension cords, buckets of water, belts, switches, ropes, whatever the fuck, fly swatters, rulers, yardsticks,
whatever they found,
pointers,
pool cues,
paddles.
Yep.
Y'all, where was that at?
Hey, look, they used to have they used to have this paint stirrer that had little holes in it, and it was plastic and it was bendy. I used to hate that thing. Man. Look, but dog, look, I ain't gonna cap and say that we didn't do certain stupid stuff to earn it. I ain't gonna cap like that.
Listen, I will say it was probably like 60-40 for me.
Yeah.
That other 40%, what the fuck were y'all doing?
Again, and look, half the time, bro, I got popped one time because me and Donald was in the car, right? Look, we was in the car, and this is why I used to hate this man. Because he would just do stuff because he knew he could get a rise out of me. This man sitting behind me, and he used to like biting people. This man bit me while we in the car So he bit me once, and I was like, I'm like, it won't. You know, I'm like, all right, he got me again. I'm like, look, and of course, Papa just riding. Look, Papa riding. We driving to church, right? Look,
I'm glad you said that.
Look, oh no, I only got that once. That was good enough. That reformatted my whole entire life. But anyway,
hey, ain't nothing. Listen,
yes, the fresh out the back.
Listen, hot water extension cord, asshole naked is probably. Look, we need to do a side episode.
That is
just
legitimate
about
torture.
The worst types. Describe the worst ass whooping you got.
Bruh, that's torture. But hold on. Look, so he bit me a third time.
I know
right?
niggas who got the hot water and the extension cord.
Jesus, man, they need therapy. Hold on.
The hot water myths is true.
Said. But no, like, so he bit me the third time, right? So you know what I'm gonna do? I yelled. He bit me, and like it was right in the shoulder, like that shit hurt. I'm like, man, gonna get off me. Look, guess what happened? Boy,
hey,
you doing all that yelling for?
Hey,
really?
Hey, hold up.
I was so pissed off.
Hold up, twin. No, you didn't. Hold on.
Not the Tom and Jerry screen.
No. We are not doing that. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, the torture screens. Yep.
Come on,
bruh.
You lucky I ain't catch that on cue. I would have played it.
Look, I ain't gonna cap though. That's what. But you know what's so funny about that? What's so terrible about that is, again, look, and as soon as it was funny because we parked and Papa popped me, going like, "Boy, why are you making all that noise for?" I'm like, he bit me.
Hey,
look, and he ignored that. Got out the car, went on about his business, and Donald's sitting there looking at me like.
Disclaimer, y'all. There will be a part 2 to this conversation because we do want to talk solutions and how you cope with fear and stuff. There is, but right now,
we just clowning.
For those of y'all who's still in here, we clowning. We talking about what's arguably the biggest fear that most of us, especially as children, had to deal with.
Catching that body.
Yes, getting the ass whooping was near top for just about every child in existence.
And you know what's funny? What's so funny is a lot of our parents substantiated this mess. And it's funny because what we're literally describing, what we're laughing about it and everything, these are trauma responses. When you think about it, that's a trauma response.
Yes.
And it's generational because because you know what happened? You know how it starts? Look, you get them uncles that you had, and your mom and daddy go, "Whoa, I got my ass whooped, and then look how I turned out. Yeah, look how you turned out. Uncle Billy's still strung out somewhere, and he got his ass whooped more than you." Anyway, look, we don't talk about the failures in that. Y'all just talk about the success story.
Look, my uncle old school, you already know, a boomer.
Yep.
A veteran.
Yep.
So
you
and a black man at that. So you already know.
You was on. You knew what time it was.
I'm talking. Look, and when I describe him, look, I don't know if he listening or not. I'm gonna put this picture in your head of what I had to deal with. I'm talking about a guy about 6'2", about 6'3". This is prime.
Right.
When I was getting my ass whooped, he was in his prime. About 6'2", about 6'3". Imagine, because I feel like he's a combination of these two people.
Right.
Imagine Marlon Wayans.
Okay.
With the physique of The Rock.
I knew you was gonna say that.
With dreads.
Oh, hell no.
That was him. And
wait, so basically Busta Rhymes in the early 2000s? Oh,
not
Jesus.
dreads like that, but kinda.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This is the guy that used to go work out like 4 or 5 times a week.
Look, because he getting
man.
Hey, look. You hear the
this man can walk across Chicago in 2 seconds. Like,
oh no.
Look,
no,
man,
no,
listen.
No, I'm going in the hide.
Which is why I gotta boy, that's a whole nother conversation, a whole different pod.
Look, gotta get Jack. Look. Hey, look,
gotta get my that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway.
Look, hey, but here's my thing. See, I had the polar opposite. You seen my grandmother.
Yeah.
You know, sweet little lady.
You had
very nice and sweet.
Like grandmama though.
Yeah.
I had that too.
Yeah.
I had that too. But go ahead.
Do you not realize that there was one time Donald pissed her off so much? You know how bad her legs are. She summoned the strength to chase this man down. Look, It got him, and she said afterwards, she sat down, she about cried from the pain. She about cried from the pain. You know how bad it is when you
said,
you know how bad it is when you summon the power of Grayskull itself to beat your kids.
Listen, Twin said, not the successful whooping stories, bruh.
Infomercial, beaten ass for the better since Genesis.
Listen,
right.
With that shitty ass elevator music and that dusty looking camera lens from 1992.
Yep.
Boom, 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 boom. Hello. Are you someone? Look, y'all know how the commercials used to be.
We call them. Look. I love that in certain referrals from DCS, because it's made up of mostly white people. They still put the word whoopings in quotations because they don't know what that is. Like, I'm like, how do you not know what that is? Y'all definitely beat the hell out of
you know what the other part of it is? They gotta they gotta use the right terminology.
Right. And again. We gotta stop beating our kids for stupid shit. Like, look, because what I'm seeing now, I'm seeing the current generation, like the ones younger than us who have kids. They have no patience. They have nothing. So, like, the kid be sitting there turned up. Look, he's just doing his thing. He's fucking 2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's 1 or 2. Guess what you're gonna get? They're gonna make noise. They're gonna yell at things. If they see they uncle or whoever on the side, it's gonna be in the middle of church, and they're gonna be like, "What's up?"
You know what?
They gonna do all that, and,
you know what it is?
And it's funny. The kid will do like 1 or 2 of those things, and all of a sudden, the mama the mama is like maybe 20 and is mad. And suddenly,
we literally used to be getting them Super Smash Brother, Mortal Kombat, Tekken Soul Calibur combos back in the 90s. Yeah. Nowadays, you get a fucking Jigglypuff double slap. Like, it's so different. But let me tell you something.
But you know what's so messed up though? What? They start them so early now.
Oh,
start them so. Look, it's the fact. Look, here's again. I grew up with this, so I'm looking at this like, girl, why you popping for that? He didn't do nothing.
Oh, the tempers.
They pop for everything.
Oh yeah, no. This day and age, they so sensitive. So
yeah.
It take less.
Yeah,
for you to
half the time they beating their kids because they mad.
But also,
they just mad.
They know though, they're more short tempered, but they know the law is on their ass more.
Yep.
So you'll see more pops.
Oh yeah, you will.
But you see less belts.
Oh yeah.
But I will say this
because when you stupid enough to leave bruises on a kid over something dumb, the school's gonna see it, and if the school sees it, they have to call that. Your kid can get took out of school and you don't even know about it. It can happen. You know
I will say this.
You can't play with that.
Because I wanna bring to light one more key type of ass whooping setup that instills fear and is one of the most regarded, the most infamous. And I'm mad I didn't say this earlier.
I feel like I know where you're going.
You might.
This. Oh no.
That type of beating, it's not even really a beating, really. It's just a mark of shame at this point. And it's simply the open hand slap.
Ooh.
Listen.
Okay, I didn't expect that. But
I don't care who the hell you is.
You talking about the backhand or the the double tap?
Either or.
Where they get your mouth,
I'm talking about backhand or front hand.
Yeah.
If you've ever been slapped.
The MK and Tekken combo sick. I thought my uncle was Scorpion. Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh God.
Swear, twin. If you've ever been slapped before.
See, yeah. I love you, Grannies, but yeah.
If you ever been slapped before. Slapping is different because slapping
will change your perspective on life.
Not only does it hurt a larger surface area of your face than a punch to like the eye.
Yeah. It's jarring.
It's jarring and it's embarrassing.
Yes.
It don't even matter if it's nobody around.
If
somebody slaps you,
you feel some type of way.
Like you really just have to sit there for a moment and contemplate. Like,
did I just get hit like that?
Because you can't. I don't care what anybody say. No matter how many times you get slapped in the face, you will never feel like you will always be what the hell?
You'll never feel okay with it.
You'll always be surprised by it, even if you see it coming.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
Whether it be backhand or front hand. If somebody slap you in your face, The first thought is, one, I know you didn't just try to embarrass me, and two, did you really just slap me? Like getting
Right.
slapped is the only one where you actually ask the question to yourself after it happens.
That's that telenovela snap. Because you know they be doing that all the time in the telenovelas. Look, the girl be on. Like, look, and you just be sitting there like,
that motherfucker run off
it's
crying.
so unnecessary. Like, look. Slap, and see, the slaps happen when you stupid, and you look, when you're young, you kind of stupid, and you sit because you're sitting right next to your mama or your grandmama or your auntie. Yes, to finish him of all the beatings. Yes, because at that point, it's more debilitating than a whooping. Because at least with a whooping, you can cry and get your rocks off, right?
Yeah, it's a whole attack.
You get smacked in your mouth.
Something about, and you know what it really be though?
You turn mute for a second.
Something about having your face
hurting.
Push this like that whole the whole when your neck turn and you feel like you about to go halfway around the world and you stop
and you don't know where you at.
And then you come back. It's like not only did you just make my head
360,
you just spin my head right around, right? You did the Florida shit to me. But now I gotta look back at you. Because if my neck don't automatically look back at you, what do motherfuckers do? What do motherfuckers do after that? Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm like,
I don't want to look at you.
All right, I don't want to look at you.
I don't want to be here no more.
Look at me when I'm talking. You just slapped my neck across the street.
It's still there.
Right. Like, why do I have to turn around and look at you after you just...
Like, can I at least collect myself first?
It's the worst.
No. Look. Ain't nothing worse than getting popped in your mouth by a woman who wears a bunch of rings on her hand. That's why we hated sitting by my... Look, I love my grandmother to death. I love you, grannies. I really do. That's why we hated sitting next to her when we was kids, because she had at least 3 rings on every hand, and sometimes 3 rings on the same finger, and them joints got stones on them. You get popped one good time in the mouth, one of them joints gonna hit your lip.
Getting popped in the mouth.
And the bad part is, she did that Drake smack. She did that. Like, you get hit about 3-4 times in one for the price of one.
Y'all, we gonna wrap up here shortly because we see some of y'all done went to bed after all this craziness about ass whoopings. But also, we don't want
somebody didn't call their therapist.
We don't want to keep y'all too late. We hope we haven't
making y'all therapist some money.
Opened any closed wounds. But one more thing, and this is just me being silly, but this was a real thing. Yeah. I would like to know which black, not even black. Let's not make this a race thing. Which one of y'all parents came up with the twisting and the pulling of the ear shit? I need to know who came up with that shit.
Yeah, what twisted?
Was that ever done to you? Did you ever get the twist or the pull by the ear?
I feel like I did like once, but most of the time I got the yank you out your body. Like, it wasn't a twist of the ear, it was the big grab
by the shirt or the
circumference of your arm. Look, and
did any of y'all ever get the pull or the twist by the ear?
Right, look. But this is what I used to get, because this happened one time. It happened to one of my nephews when I was there, and I was trying to warn him. Look, because Papa did this so smoothly. He got up off the pulpit because Landon was in the front. He was crowning. Look, I'm looking at him like, stop. Look, this man got up smooth while somebody was talking, at church. Walked all the way around because he was he was in the front pew, right on the side, and in a fluid motion, walked casually and grabbed this boy arm and yanked him so quickly his feet were off the ground, his body's doing this, but his soul is over there. And I'm like, look, it was so smooth. I was like, that's cold. Like look, you ever see something so jacked up you get a little impressed? Like, I was like, damn. Like,
I might consider. I won't do it, but I might consider not doing that someday.
Right? Like, look, you just like, yeah. Look, after that, you ain't even got to beat your kids. They already traumatized. It's just like, look, that's when you take them aside. I seen one. Ain't nothing. Look, this is probably gonna be you one day because you tall. You're gonna do this to one of your kids, you're not gonna realize it. Bruh had to lean down, grabbed his kid by her shoulders, and picked her up off the ground to talk in her ear. Her feet is dangling off the ground, G. Do you know how traumatizing that is?
Look.
You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't say that. Look, you can't try to run away. There's no illusion of escape. You just got to sit there and take it. Look, them little whispers in that ear, half the time you didn't even know what they were saying, but you was so scared, you ain't do nothing. Like that's what people don't realize. They were utilizing the elements of fear the right way, and then they F it up by beating the hell out of you. Like, no, once you beat the hell out of them, it's over. That's the ceiling. But if you give them that little Claire Huxtable look and you say something in a certain voice, look, that'll traumatize a kid for life. I know full-grown adults who don't play with their parents because of that same shit. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't even with my grandmother that much. I am 28 years old, and I'm still not gonna try and piss that lady off because she's scary. Like, no. I don't want. Look, I be trying to tell the nephews and the nieces, leave them alone. Because if she come back, if y'all bring that one back, it's on you. I can't help you. Look, because I'll tell you right now, like I said, I think I said this before. The most traumatizing moment for me was my grandmother used to always threaten she was gonna take me back to my mama's house, right? She used to say it so much, I swear it was like she ran it through a copy machine. To the point where I was like, man, you ain't gonna do it. Like, I ain't say it, but I'm like, you ain't gonna do it. The one time that I knew true fear that hurt and messed me up worse than any whooping I ever got in my life. Junior year, I got in trouble for something stupid. Look, I got in trouble for something stupid at school. And I'm sitting here, and she's sitting where you at. She casually gets up. Look, she grabs the phone because she said it, and I'm like, I guess I was feeling myself that day. I'm like, you ain't gonna do it. Look, she picked up the phone, the cordless phone. Tell my age. Look, she dropped it right there and goes, call her. I'm like, what you mean? What you mean? No, call her.
Scariest moments.
Look, call her. Tell her that you getting your stuff and that you coming. You come to stay with her. I'm like,
when you get hit with the, go ahead and do it.
Look, I'm looking like,
you're like, nah,
you gonna kick me out?
I don't want to do it.
That was that was almost my first eviction, folks. Look, and I'm looking like, and she just said it with the straightest face in the world. I'm like, there is no way. As the kids say, that's cap. There ain't no way.
I almost ran away. Well, shoot, I almost ran away. I had 2 runaway attempts. One was medium successful because I ended up just going to my auntie house. I had a stranger give me a lift to my auntie house. That's a whole nother story. And then the other time, I was about to run away. My uncle was like, do it.
Right. Go ahead.
I dare you.
Please do.
Please do. I knew I wasn't going to be able to unlock that door quick enough. I was just like, and my mind was like,
drama.
Do it.
Look, I never tried to run away from the house because I was like, look, because I'm sitting there like, man, look, I was a little too logical as a kid. I was like, there ain't nowhere I can really go. I live in the suburbs. My next closest relatives live at least 15 minutes away. All the black folk live on the whole other side of town.
There was
none of these white folk are gonna take me in.
There was plenty of place for me to go. I just don't know where I would have ended up.
Right, they gonna take me back. Like, look, and the bad part is, anywhere I would have went, they would have just took me back. They'd have been like, oh yeah, we know you. Yeah. Listen, it's like, oh, you lost. It's okay. We're gonna take you home. What you mean you gonna take me home? There was no hope.
Look, we gonna wrap here because we know we've been saying all kinds of shit. I will say this for those of us who are already adults. It's already past, so it's too late for this to change. But if y'all didn't have no whooping buddy, somebody else who got ass whooped alongside of you like a cousin or a sibling, I feel sorry for you. Some of us had whooping buddies where we either got whooped together or we got whooped in place of.
Right.
So if that wasn't your life and you got all the ass whoopings yourself, I feel sorry for you.
I was hit and miss, and some of us, look, you got whooped in a line So you was kind of hoping you was either first in line or last in line. Because if you first in line, you know, they're going to get their rocks off, but they ain't really figured out how bad they want to do it. You're like taste test. So
shout out to my little brother, my little cousin.
Right.
My primary
your whooping buddies.
Whooping buddies.
Look, half the time, the best way to traumatize the other kids, because this worked for me. Look, you just got to see the other kid get bodied. And you see it off in the distance, you like, yeah, it couldn't be me.
The twin said infomercial. Step 1,
fear.
Step 2,
pick up the nearest item.
Step 3,
go to town.
Step 4,
tell them to stop running.
Step 5,
tell them to stop all that crying when finished.
Plus
the upgrade package.
Man,
Jesus. No, the better one is step 1. And like in the event that they run, step 1, pull pants up. Step 2, get limber. Step 3, look, I had to do that with a kid one time at work. Look, and I was so mad. Because I hate running. Look, yanked him up so quick and drug him right back. And the mom looked at me, goes, you know, she's like, I ain't gonna lie. It's like, you won some brownie points off me for that. I'm like, because I for real, they was like, look, and the other older kids are looking, they going like, I didn't know he could go that fast. Yeah. But yeah. That's the infomercial. With the cheesy 80s music and the weird graphics and the aqua colors and some dude in a suit with a polka dot tie kept telling you how to beat your kids. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
But
that's the one. That's the one. I mean, hey, look, it's about in the same vein as the 1, 2, 3 Magic video where they pretty much tell you that you're perfectly within your rights to take all the stuff out of a kid's house. It's the fact that they said in one case the kid showed up and nothing was there. Or better yet, he decided to be funny and built a fort in the room and hid in it and tore up everything in the room, right? And they was like, no. It's like, but here's what you do. Leave it. Don't clean it. Just leave it. Because eventually he gonna come back and he gonna realize it's kind of hard to step over everything. And eventually he gonna be like, dang, now I gotta clean this. It's like, yeah, stupid. That's why you can't throw tantrums as an adult, because you gotta fix all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, this has been a Black in a Minute podcast. We enjoy and appreciate y'all chilling and having fun with us. You know,
thank you, y'all. It's been a good one. It's been a good night.
As we said before, this is a safe space.
Yes,
this is a safe space for us to talk about our traumas.
If y'all like part 1, y'all definitely gonna be tuning in.
Yes, to stop crying before I give you something to cry.
Right.
That was a mantra in my house.
Tune in for next week. We will be doing part 2, where we get into the more serious and more
solution based
of the discussion.
And do look out for the pod, because we will be doing an associated pod episode that'll be a little bit more concentrated.
Yes. So, if you're looking for something for, just to get you through the rest of the week, or even just
make it chuckle a little bit, Yeah. Look, Kiara Rob said, waiting all day at school before you get home for that whooping, man. Look, waiting all day at school and hoping that somehow they forgot about it.
Boy, I hope you forgot whoopings. I got a long list of whoopings. I hope you forgot.
I almost got away with it a couple times because my granddaddy would forget a lot. So what I would do, look, the moment I get home, I would mention nothing of
quiet
the
as church mouth, out of the way.
If anything,
doing all your chores.
We be talking about other stuff. I'd be like, hey, yeah, I had to do this in math class. It's like you talking about you don't even care about no more. You like misdirection.
Man,
bro,
I got so many more stories, but we never gonna say those for another time. Man.
Oh yeah.
Whoo, Lord.
And you hear some funny shit too from kids too. They be like, "You be acting bad all the time. Why don't you get in trouble?" I'm like, "Did a kid really just say this?" I'm like, "You come out of a textbook." But anyway, man, this has been a Black in a Minute podcast. We appreciate you once again for hanging out with the boys.
Thank you.
Yes, because you could be anywhere else, but you're right here with us. We do hope that you have a wonderful evening. And yes. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Be on the lookout for new merch because it's coming. we're not only going to have things like the Black in a Minute logo, we're also going to have quotables. So you know, some of the things that we're known for saying very often. One that's definitely in the works. One that's definitely in the works is the Control the Controllable shirt. So y'all don't see that soon. But all in all, we do hope that you've had a good time. That this is giving you some things to think about, chuckle about, laugh about, and maybe tell your therapist about in the next few days. That's okay too.
True.
Look, therapy is important. Therapy is important. And with that being said, we might laugh and joke about like things like whoopings and beatings and stuff like and junk like that because we've been through it and we've had about 20 some years to suss all that out. Look, don't beat your kids for no reason. Your kids shouldn't have to sound like that. Don't beat your kids. Especially when there's numerous other ways to punish your children that are way more nuanced.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
And creative. Beyond that, if you're punishing your kids, let the punishment fit the crime. And again, remember, the implied threat is always greater. God, I do sound like an infomercial. Anyway, it's true though. It's true. It is so true. Look, don't argue with your kids. Please don't. You beat and yelled at them, beat and forgot what you was mad about, beat and gave them all their stuff back, and be mad as hell sitting in your room. Just cause you decided to hop in and think that you was gonna out argue a child. No, just don't do it. Don't do it. It's not smart. Don't do it. You look, if you think you're gonna be the one, to win that argument is like Shaq thinking that he can make a layup. It's not gonna happen. Okay. Even if it does happen, it doesn't even matter anymore because you missed all the others. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just punish them, leave it alone, ignore until it's done, and then you move on with life. But anywho, we do appreciate and love y'all. As we have said numerous times before, I am NeRo AnGeLo.
And I go by the DarksKing poet. That's dark skin with a G on the end.
And we would like to tell you peace out.
Power.
Yeah.